You're ugly. You're weird. You're dumb. How many of us have said anything like that to a friend, colleague, or relative? Probably not too many. So why have all of us said that to ourselves? Why do we say meaner things to the most important person, ourselves, than anyone else? Hi, I'm Tanvi Padala, and today let's explore the trait everyone needs, self-love. According to the Merriam-Webster, self-love is defined as love of self, and that's the definition we'll be using for today. Now, that's pretty simple, so if you all fail the quiz at the end of this, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But first, I want to tell you all about my struggle with self-love. I'm very body conscious, and I don't love my body. Sometimes it's my hair, or the shade of my skin, or maybe it's the little food baby I'm sporting. Whatever it is, I can always find a reason to not be happy about my body. And I'm not alone in that. In a study done by Dove Soap, they found that 70% of girls don't love themselves. 70%. And in my experience, when you don't love yourself, you don't give yourself credit for your accomplishments, and you don't feel like a success. Let me give you an example. I was in 7th grade and I decided to take the AP Computer Science A exam. For those of you who've taken it, you know how impossibly difficult it is, and yet little 7th grader me was like, oh, let's take it, how hard can it be? Let me tell you, it was hard. We started learning Java and preparing for the test about a year in advance. And we started out with maybe 1 class a week, but as the test day moved closer, we had 2-hour classes 7 days a week. That's 14 hours. As a 7th grader. After I took the test, I got back my score and it was a 3. For those of you who haven't taken an AP test, they're scored from 1 to 5 and a 3 is a pass. So little 7th grader me passed one of the harder AP tests that was meant for college students. And yet, I did not feel successful. I did not notice the amount of effort I'd put in or the amount of knowledge I'd gained. I didn't even take into account how hard that test was, or that I was years younger than anyone else taking it. I only saw the negatives. All I could think about was that I didn't get a 5. Because when you don't love yourself, you don't give yourself credit for the positive things you've accomplished. Since then, I've thought a lot about that experience, and gradually I've started to realize that I have accomplished a lot. I just wasn't paying attention to the things I did well. Now, I haven't completely changed since then. I'm still in the process. But I've gotten better at recognizing my successes. I've gotten better at not just seeing the negatives. I've gotten better at loving myself. How many of you have criticized yourself for something everyone else thought was a success? Wouldn't it have been so much better to celebrate that success instead of not even believing in it? I promise you, 7th grader me, if I had looked at my AP score with a little bit more self-love, I would not have counted it as a failure. I would have celebrated for days. So I implore you to learn from my mistake. Now, I know I can't just stand here and tell you all to learn from my mistake without showing you that I have too. So let me finally answer the question I know has been on all of your minds. Tanvi, why are you wearing those shoes? This is a professional event. You should be wearing heels, not unicorn slippers. Well, I promise you I'm not just wearing these because I woke up late and ran out the door without changing. Well, that may or may not have happened. But I wore these to prove a point. The point is, if I love myself, I should be able to look past how embarrassing this is and count my speech as a success. So I'm standing here in these ridiculous unicorn slippers and telling you that I do feel successful. I do. And 7th grader me would never be able to do this. 7th grader me would have been so embarrassed by the unicorn slippers that she would have thought her speech a failure. So if I can stand here delivering a TED Talk that will live forever on the internet in these unicorn slippers, I must really love myself. And that feels like success. Thank you.